you guys. I hope you are doing amazing today. I am going to talk to you about a topic that has really turned me on and lit me up. And it's a topic that is a little taboo. So I'm going to invite you to, before we start talking about this topic, to clear out, decompress, let go for a second so that maybe you come to a space where you're a little bit more open and receptive. And so close your eyes and take a few ahs or ha's and just let go and see if you can release, come in, land in your body, be present and aware. Start to maybe feel the sensations in your root chakra, in your belly, in your chest, your shoulders, wherever. And to start to feel your body internally and to connect with your internal compass. And then when you're ready to open the eyes and, hello, there you are. Hi. So I just got back from my 4th Vipassana meditation sitting. I do one every year now to clear out the clutter and get a little deep and to level up. And coming out of this one, I got a lot of energy, spring cleaning energy. And it's not just in the physical of clearing out literally the clutter and the spaces in our life. Spring cleaning is about clearing out space for something new to come up and grow. And for me, the clearing out of the clutter is the clearing out of fears that I've had around this topic about coming out and talking to you publicly about it. And the doubt and all of that stuff. And so I'm going to let all that go and have a frank and open conversation with you about this topic. And it is Tantra, conscious sexuality, sacred sexuality, whatever you call it. I call it connection. The practice of conscious sexuality is just a practice of connection at a really dense, visceral level when you're talking about sex or intimacy with another human being. But that really parlays into every connection that you have in your life. And that's what I found this practice. I've been practicing with my partner for the last 3 or 4 years. And I started just practicing in myself. And then as I started to change and shift, a shift happened in my relationship and my partner. That really is true. The change starts with you. I didn't do anything with my partner for 6 months or 8 months, and he started to notice little shifts and changes and wondered what I was doing. And so what I found is this is a topic, the area of sex and sexuality, I'm so excited we're starting to become enlightened about. We've been in the dark, archaic ages about this for way too long, you guys, way too long. Just not being fulfilled, not being turned on, not using this as a tool. Now, spiritually, you can take this one of two ways. There are some gurus and masters and spiritual leaders or people that say, I'm going to shut this area of my life down and become celibate, and then I'm going to focus all my energy over here and becoming enlightened. And that is one path that you could take. It's not the path I choose to take because I have some work to do in that area over this lifetime, and some play and it just fills my life up and enriches it. So I use it as a path to samadhi or enlightenment. You can use anything as a tool to enlightenment if you you can use anything. And what better vehicle than this body that you've been given to live in and to dwell in and to play in. This body is an amazing, profound tool that we've been given. There's nothing that parallels to the human form and body. And we have such closed-minded beliefs and limiting beliefs around sex and sexuality that I think we're finally starting to open up and come out of that chaos and that ignorance. And it's so exciting. And we see the reason we have to come out of that chaos and that insanity and that stifling ignorance, because we live in a culture where sexually we are oppressed and we are afraid to speak about things, and there's so much shame and fear and guilt around sexuality that we're actually causing more problems than we're alleviating, because we're not addressing this topic in a conscious way. And that's really what it is to me. It's about conscious sexuality. It's about being truthful in your connections with other human beings at the most intimate levels. And we know there are problems because there are porn addictions, and I practice law, and I was a prosecutor, and I do defense work now, and I divorce people for a living. And we know like 50% of all marriages fail. Second time around, you're 75% more likely to get divorced. And we have terms now. We've coined terms like domestic violence. You guys, we're like violent to each other domestically. And I'm not even talking about like physical violence. We have learned to come into this tit for tat with our partners, in this place of where we're not quite honest or intimate or allow that other person to really see our full spectrum, either because we're afraid or we have baggage from the past, or we built up walls and over time, and we push each other's buttons, or we just come home and we know that person, we can kind of crap on them, we treat them poorly, we blow up on them because we know, that person's not going to run away from us. And we're just doing some things all wrong. And I know this now because I have had a beautiful relationship with a loving partner for 20 years now, 20 plus years now, and had a, what you would call mainstream, functional, healthy sexual relationship. And it just wasn't something that I know now filled me up, turned me on, allowed that turn on to bleed into every other area and facet and connection in my life. When we connect, oftentimes, we're connecting at a level where our cup is half full, or 3/4 of the way full, or 1/3 of the way full. And then our partner's in that same way. And then it's like two people coming together, and when we connect in that way, we're not filled up and they're not filled up, and we can't, so we automatically expect the other person, you complete me. That was the dumbest, that was the saddest fallacy Hollywood has bestowed upon society. The only person that completes you is you. And when you are complete and they're complete, oh, damn it, you guys, it's like off the charts. When you start to get rid of the archaic thinking, like we're all equal, and this equality and sexual equality and that's another limiting area too. But when we start to get out of that dichotomy, I see that I'm not equal to my partner, and he or she has beautiful, delicious strengths and skills and intelligence that I don't have, but through their eyes I can use, and I can see, and through their body and their skills I can use. And I have beautiful skills and different nuances and intelligence than they do. And when you come together and get two people that use and play off each other and are dependent on each other in beautiful ways to allow him or her to do some things that you can't do for your relationship or for yourself, and allow you to do some things that they can't do, then you're just like leveling up and you're building that relationship up. And it's such a turn on. And it's such a turn on. I can't tell you, the sexiest thing ever is to just be naked and intimate with that human being. Tell them your truths, your desires, the things you've hidden inside. The truth of like, gosh, I feel so frustrated that we live like this tit for tat, and we have these blow-ups or these fights or these missed connections or whatever it is. When you come into those truths, it's just such a turn on, and it makes your connection so much better. And then the other component to this is really slowing down. So we have, in society, this is the reason I'm convinced we have like porn addictions and sexual assault problems, and we just have perpetuated this yin style of living in the sexual realm, is because we have made things like orgasm the goal, and we are so in the gross sensations in our head and constantly making that connection, that sexual connection, something that's intellectual. And we've put our sex in a range where most people are in this one very tiny, tiny range. And that's what this practice is. It opens up that practice into so many layers and ranges. So you never have the same intimacy or connection. It's not like, okay, we get together, we shut the kids out, we have 20 minutes, this is how we do our foreplay every time, this is how we get each other off, and then the orgasm is the end goal, and then we're good. And then we come out and it's 20 minutes later. The practice of conscious sexuality is literally being conscious and in every single second and every single sensation of that connection. And allowing whatever's natural and whatever's, just those rich layers to rise up. So you feed off that energy, and you give and you receive, and you're not like tit for tat. You're not like butting heads. It's like this delicious flow that you get. And you felt it in a yoga class, or you felt it in states of flow, where you come in and you're just like on your game, and you feel everything, and the whole world stops, and your second guessing and your judgment and your doubt just falls away by the wayside, and you're just on. So imagine that in the realm of conscious sexuality, or of connecting to another human being. And we do this not just in the bedroom. So when we have connections with other people, oftentimes we're just blah, 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 and then when they talk, we're just waiting for them to shut up so we can talk. And it's like, here's my point, here's my point. And you don't ever really see. You don't really see that person. It's kind of like a tit for tat conversation. And when you can come into those intimate connections, like one of the things that we do on a regular basis that I never thought I would really parlay into the rest of my life, is when I have a connection with someone, I look them dead in the eyes and I penetrate. Like there's a penetration, a really intimate, beautiful connection. And it's just like, hey man, I want to know your truths. I really want to see you and connect to you, rather than, those shallow, and we can do that. It's shallow with sex connections. It's shallow with others' connections with people. And then you're standing there just waiting, oh God, when is this person going to shut up, and when can I move on, Or you can like dig down below into the lush, fertile area where it's so much more fun to play. And it's so much more fun to play. And when you do that, it gives your life, it feeds the whole rest of your life, this energy of turn on and passion and desire and dreams. I talk to so many people. I just see that low energy level, the hormones and the chemicals of the body are low, their mind is foggy, all of that stuff. And this practice just wakes you up, and it just wakes all of that energy up in your body. And it's, your sexual energy is that life force energy, is the most powerful energy that you could harness. And so it's just so beautiful. And so Valentine's Day is coming up, and that's why I'm giving you this message now. I want to put this out there. I've secretly done some, last Valentine's Day I did a couples Tantra class with my partner. It was so fun. And I've been secretly, kind of doing some classes with girlfriends and friends of mine, and talking to them about this topic and sharing it. And it's just been so fun, and so it is where my passion is, and I'm not going to hide it or stifle it or be ashamed by it anymore, or be fearful to talk to you about it. And so Valentine's Day is coming up. So why not this year, instead of giving your partner something that's going to make them fat or wilt away or go away, why not start building your own turn on up, and building your own fire and passion up, so that you can come at those interactions from that space and see if you can make a shift. So each week I'm going to post a video of something that you can do to start working on yourself. So these videos won't likely be you incorporating your partner very much. It's about really making the change and the shift within. And then when you get comfortable, you share it with them, or you put it out there for them. Like I said, you can do this whether you have a partner or not, whether your partner is game or down to do this or not. You don't even have to tell them you're doing this. Or whether you have same-sex partner or opposite-sex partner, none of that really matters. And the reason why is, for your lesson for this class, what I want to share with you is there are two kinds of energy that generally flow through our body. There's a yin and a yang, and we all know, we've seen that traditional circle symbol with the yin yang, the black, white, the dark, the light side of us. But we have within all of us, whether you're male or female, you have ability to connect to and harness yin and yang energy. And so traditionally we've thought of yin as feminine and yang as masculine, or yin as light and yang as dark. But I want you to start, again, this is about stripping those old paradigms and that archaic thinking away and just letting it go. So yin energy is this more introverted. You come inward. This is where you start to fill your cup up. You start to connect to your inner truths. You start to see what your desires are, see what your turn on is, see what your passion is, fill your cup up, restore yourself, move inward, and start to create that rich place where you can build up your turn on and build up your desires and feed your cup up. So then when you're ready and you know what you want and you know what your desire is and you know what your turn on is and you know what your passion is, you go out there and you do it. You get yang, you get things accomplished. So yang energy is penetrating energy, outgoing energy that allows us to actually get what we want, what we're passionate about, our dreams and goals accomplished. So what's happening in this world, and it's happening with women and men, and this is kind of a sad thing, we got women's liberation, or so I hope. It's such a really dumb common sense thing that we couldn't vote, or that we didn't have the ability to be paid equally and those things. But when women got that power, or apparent power, we looked around and thought, what do we do with that power? I think, and this is my own opinion, you take it or leave it. And we thought, well, what do we do with power? We yang, like we went with that power and we got all yang with that power. And there's right now way too much yang energy in the world. We're always go, 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 do. We're always buying and seeking, and all of our energy is just bleeding out with that, and we're not coming back into that yin. So as females, I think, instead of going, ooh, I've got some delicious equality and power, I'm going to infuse that with all these beautiful, soft, feminine yin qualities, and I'm going to build this cup up and then go out here. Now there's a good and a bad to both kinds of energy. You can get really yin and then you get really lazy and then you never accomplish anything. Or you can get really yang and you can get stuck and you feel tired and wired all the time, and like you never get a break, and you're constantly getting sick or cold because you're not connected to the body, you're not connected to sensation, you're not feeding your turn on, you're not filling your cup up. And so I'm going to invite you to, you know me, I tell you this at the level of the mind, but I'm going to invite you to experience it at the level of the body, to see if this rings true to you, to connect to your inner truths, to find some experiential knowledge to connect to that. So I'm going to give you assignments, as I always do. And your assignment for this week, I'm going to give you 2 of them. And one of them is to just start to look around to see. So we all have a kind of a predominant imprint of energy in us. It's either yin or yang. And the beauty of this practice is you're going to learn to balance the two. That's inner alchemy. Inner alchemy isn't turning metals into gold, but inner alchemy is to balance. When do I need to, have I been too yang lately, and can I pull up my yin side? Do I need to restore? Do I need to go back in? Do I need to see maybe reconnect to my truths and find out, am I off my compass? So I want you to start over the next couple of days just thinking about, what is my energy? Maybe what's my predominant energy? And if it's yang, 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 outgoing, accomplishing, doing, multitasking, seeking, consuming, moving, does that feel incongruent with my truth? Does it feel good to be that way? And maybe that's your lifetime. You are going to be like getting stuff done. You're accomplishing some stuff this lifetime. But oftentimes I find that when I talk to people, I can see that they just get kind of consumed on that treadmill, on that trap, and they don't give themselves a chance because they don't even know what their goals or dreams or desires are. So they're not coming into this softer yin side, this connection to the, their inner truths and the sensations and desires and their turn-ons. And so over the next week, maybe sit down with yourself a couple of times after you've gone to a yoga class, or just sit down and meditate for 2 minutes. Just get silent and breathe naturally. There's no trick to meditation. Just close your eyes, sit in a comfortable spot, and take about a minute or two. Set a timer in your phone and just breathe. And when you're done with that and you've really grounded and landed in your body and held a space for yourself, that's when you start to ask yourself these truths. Find out what your truths are. Maybe over the last day or the last week or the last month or the last year, where predominantly have I been? Have I been more outgoing with my energy? Have I been able to accomplish what I want to accomplish, or am I spinning in circles? Or have I been a little bit lazy and maybe I need to pick up the pace and do something to accomplish this, and just kind of see where you're at and see what your style is. Now this changes, and that's the beauty of inner alchemy and just always staying connected. You flow with life, and when you need to pick it up, you pick it up, and when you take it down, you take it down. And the really cool thing about playing with yin and yang energy, it's so cool. It's a tool, and it's so fun to play with. You'll have an interaction with somebody and they're like yang, yang, yang off the charts, and you're like, oh, I'm going to come down here a little bit of yin because I'm going to let my ego go because it doesn't really matter, and I'm going to hold this space for myself and stay present in the sensations in my body, and I'm going to ground myself, and then I'm going to meet that person where they are. So out of this connection, I get the best, deepest, richest intimacy that I can, rather than that, oh, they're yang, I'm just going to dismiss them, I'm going to shut down, and then you both shut down, or you both play this role. You say, I have this face on, I'm the patron, they're the, I think Eckhart Tolle talked about this once, I'm the patron, they're the waitress, or I'm the lawyer or the doctor and they're my patient, and you start to play in that realm, and it's so fun. It's like it off the charts, makes your day better, your connections better, it just feeds you. And then the other thing I'm going to invite you to do is start to fill your cup up, because I'm going to bet, after speaking with so many people about this topic and teaching, yoga and meditation and mindfulness and stuff for 20 years now, I'm going to bet that you're probably a little bit more tired and wired and yang than you can productively be, that you may be letting more energy leak out than than you need to. And so I want you to start filling your cup up over this next week. And we're going to do it with the first portion or prong to a practice called metta meditation, or it's traditional Buddhist meditation of loving kindness. And you guys know I love this. I posted about it all the time. It's been the most profound. If you start anywhere with meditation, it's the easiest place to start, and it's profoundly simple and provides the biggest benefits. And so the first part to that is filling your own cup up, and I'm going to have you start with a Ho'oponopono, and I'm going to post a link to it so you can do it a couple of times this week. But really, the practice of metta meditation is you just coming into yourself and starting to recognize that you are worthy of love and peace and joy and stillness, and you are worthy of desire and filling up your cup and living in your turn on. Why are you not living that way? Why are you not enjoying that? Because we don't, at the end of the day, oftentimes feel like we're worthy of it, feel like it's worthy of our time, feel like we even know where to get there. And it starts here. It starts when you fill that cup up. You repeat these things to yourself. It's a little mantra. You close your eyes. am worthy of love. May I feel love. May I feel peace. May I feel joy. And as you say them, close your eyes and just allow yourself to, at first, if it's awkward and you've never meditated or used these methods before, just allow yourself to be receptive. That's all you got to do. You just got to open a little tiny window and the light shines through. The light shines through. So I'm super excited to start talking about this topic with you guys and just letting it out, because I can't keep it inside anymore. It's profound. It's profoundly shifted and helped me in exponential ways in my life, and I can't wait to share it and hear your experiences and share it with you. So thanks for taking this crazy journey with me, and I'm sending you all my love right now. Namaste.